Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Bashim, Shah, Brakatah to all the brothers out there. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Bashim, Shah to all the sisters out there. This is ISUPK, Louisiana Sabbath service. You know, we just had more blowing of the trumpet, and that was just a glorious feast we had last night. Like I said, a lot of Christians like talk about our holidays, though, but at least we don't fall under Amos 5:21. Say when the Most High tell them, "Hey, I hate and despise your feast days." That's what all the Christians. That's what the Most High say about your feast day, like that Labor Day that you celebrated. That's sort of what the Most High feel about that. But this is a Sabbath service. You are required. This is another high holy day. That you are required to attend every week. With that, we're gonna get started. Sharala means to Israel. Say Sar, turn, face to east. Lord's Prayer. It's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. It's an Abanawa. Shabbat Shemaya. Quadash. Ayah. Shabka. Yahweh. Malakbaka. Aba'ah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Asha. Barataza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashemaya. Latham. Lanawa. Lakam. Kayawan. Basalat Lanawa. Kabawa. Wafu Nawa. Kasalat Nawa. Kabawath Yanawa. Wala'ah. Tabaya'anawa. Bansai Yanawa. Abal. Hawashanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Kamalakwa. Wahala. Wahapara. La Walayam. Aman. And the English read, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Let's say Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Barak Lanawa. Wayasharala. Wahapaya. Party. Barak. Rapah. Magan. Hagan. Bashim. Yahweh Shai. Wadaman. In the English read, Lord, in the name of Lord Yahweh Shai, bless us.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh, bless us.
And Israel.
And
the school. Bless, heal, shield. Protect. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
This is constant power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai.
Baba Koshah.
Babakosha.
Thanawa. Akash. Rapah. Kamala. Marawa. Akash. Taha. Matazarani. Akash. Lahaquarium. Hamamathium. Akash. Irokawa. Atamala. Nagarsham. Lashim. Yahweh Shai. Wadaman. In the English read, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayakala. Wa Ha'alayom. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahana. Alawap Yom. Asarayom. Patazayayom. Akyayayom. Akwafyom. Yahweh. Bashim. Yahweh Shai. Wada Aman.
Amen.
And the angels reads. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Hannah.
Commander General
The
Yahweh.
generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Mahariyam.
Mahariyam.
Mahayam.
Mahayam.
Yaba'ah.
Agah.
Azariah.
Azariah.
Azariah. Ma'am. Yahweh. Ashah. Shamayam. Maharatazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Ragalka. Al-Yanawan. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawan. Wala'ah. Yadashan. Shawamah. Yasharala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazaka. Ilyad. Yayanka. Yawaman. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balaya. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Bakarai. Yashamar. Atah. The Pascha. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'aka. Wabawaka. Ma'atah. Wa'ad Awalam. In the English, it reads, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He would not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in.
this time forth,
From this time
and even
forth
forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayam.
Al-Yahweh,
Al-Dayamaka.
Al-America,
Al-Tasharash.
Al-Basharash,
Wa al-Tashakwat.
Al-Basharash,
Kayahana.
Al-Yahana,
Awayaka.
Al-Yahweh,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahamayawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Ama'aka.
Ama'arka,
Ya'ara Yawa.
Ama'arka,
Sabada.
Sabadah,
Wayata.
Wa'adah,
Yatazawa.
Yatazawa,
El-Tazapawan.
Yatazapar,
Yaka.
Yaka,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanaka Kayadam.
Wa'ayakakana,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala'a.
Wala'ah,
Jazaka.
Tezekah,
Sham Yasharala.
Shamu Yasharala,
Awada.
Awadah,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawatazawa.
Yawatazawa,
Laba'a.
Labawa,
Yakawa.
Yakawa,
El Yaka.
El Yaka,
Baya.
Baya,
Yakarawa.
Yakarakwa,
El Halaya.
Alaya,
Adawan.
Alwan,
Wa Yashamai.
Wayashama,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawaba,
Mawaba,
Hagario,
Hagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Amawan,
Ma'awan,
Wa Amala,
Wa'amala,
Halasha,
Halasha,
I'm Yasha Yabya,
Ayashayam,
Tazawa,
Tazwa,
Gamashawa,
Gamashwa,
Nalawa,
Dalawa,
Aman,
Aman,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Zerawa,
Zerawa,
Labanya Lawa,
Labawan, Yawa,
Salah,
Salah,
Asher Laham,
Ashaham,
Kamayan,
Kamayan,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sarah,
Sarah,
Yabyan,
Kayawan,
Benakal,
Yanka,
Kwayashawan,
Kwa Ashawan,
Nashamawa,
Nashamawa,
Bayandara,
Bayandawa,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Lama,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Lada,
Lada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Kara,
Kaiwan,
Wakazaba,
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 Wakazamana,
Wakazamana,
Kal,
Ka,
Nasaya Kamwa,
Nasala Kama,
Asha,
Asha,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Nayashara,
Nayashara,
Lanawa,
Lawa,
Lata,
Ta,
Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
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 Shayathamwa,
Shawadanya,
Kagagala,
Gala,
Kakwash, Lapanya, Rakwa, Kaash,
Kaash,
Kabaya, Yaawa,
Shabana, Ya'aw,
Wakalaba,
Wakaba,
Balahat, Harayam,
Harayam,
Kam,
Kam,
Daradama,
Dagama,
Basara Raka,
Sarwaraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapaka,
Pa,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Balaa,
Mala'ah,
Hayaham,
Yam,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wakwashwa,
Shabka,
Shaka,
Yahawa,
Yahaw,
Yabashwa,
Washwa,
Wayapahal, Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Wahaw,
Ayai,
Ayah,
Wayakapawa,
Wayapaw,
Waya,
Waya,
Abawa, Wayadaawa, Kayata,
Hayata,
Shabka,
Shaka,
Yahawa,
Yahaw,
Labaka,
Labak,
Il Yawan, Il Tazawa. In the English read, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O
Be
God.
not still, O God.
For lo,
For
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden one.
They have said, come
They say, come,
and let them cut them off of being a nation.
and let us cut them off of being a nation.
That the name of Israel
The name of Israel
and be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal the Ammon
Gabal and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
They had hoped the children of Lot.
Do unto them as unto the Mennonites,
Do unto them as unto the Mennonites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabir,
and the brook of Kisan,
and the book of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished in Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a rib,
Make the nobles like real
and like Zeed,
and like Zaid.
yea,
Yea,
all the princes of Zabah,
all the princes of Zerah
and as Zamuna,
and as Zulu,
who said, let us take to ourselves
who said, let us take to ourselves
the house of God in possession.
the house of God possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a
as
wheel,
the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burnt their wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flames of the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy stone.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded in trouble.
They can be confounded in trouble.
Forever, yea.
Forever, yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
They can be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
Men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
are the most high over all the earth.
So, you see? Last part we was talking about how the Israelites, been moaning and groaning and complaining to Moses, like, we ain't had nothing to eat, we ain't got nothing to drink, and Moses told them, hey, you chime with us, no, you actually chime with the Most High. That's who you are arguing against, not against us. You going against the Most High when you talk to us like that. But we going into Exodus 17, verse 1.
Come, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 1. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink.
And there we go again. They ran to another roadblock. They ain't got no water to drink. Like he already told them, hey, you need to step off us. Like I say, whatever you saying, you complain about the Most High. How even though he done deliver you from Egypt, and you still complaining. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide with me? Wherefore do you tempt the Lord?
Yeah, you tempt the Most High. In the scripture say you don't tempt the Most High. Like Moses tell me, I need to calm down. The Lord will provide. He been providing you this long. No matter where you go, they was complaining. They didn't have meat to eat. How they was in Egypt. How much food they had to eat. So Most High gave them all had quails come fall out the sky. They had manna fall from heaven for them. For them to eat. Since they complained so much about how much they had in Egypt, Most High said, I could do better than that. And he showed them. He showed them that I can give you the exact same thing that even more what you had in Egypt. So they complaining, because they out in the wilderness, and the Most High said, they say, they're gonna turn back to Egypt. They complain about, we had water, we had bread to eat to the full, we had flesh pots, all while Egypt when they was home. And the Most High had manna rain down and had quails fall to the ground, so they had so much food that they get sick of it. They'll be sick of it. They done had so much. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water. And the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is that this thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst?
They complaining because they thirsty. They had no water to drink in a while. And Moses, every time they had some drink, the Lord provided them with water to drink. And they still complaining. So that's why, we call them stiff-necked people. The Most High called them a stiff-necked people. They ain't satisfied with nothing. No matter what you do for them, they still complaining. They still complaining. Even though he done fed them, gave them water to drink, they still complaining to Moses. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me.
Yeah, like Moses, like going to the Most High. He's like, hey, these people are ready to pick up some bricks and go to slanging at me. He going to the Most High. Like, hey, I don't know what to do with these people. Whenever they need something to drink, I give it to them. Just because they don't get it when they want it right then and there, they ready to stone me. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand and go.
I just telling Moses, just get the priest, and go on, get ready. I'm going to show my power to him, show him that it ain't nothing too big for the Lord to do. Go ahead.
Verse 6, behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel.
Now you see, all they had to do was strike a rock, and they did all that crying and belly aching, and and the Most High just like, I'm gonna give them something to drink. I'm gonna do this in the sight of all in front of the elders. I'm gonna give them something to drink. He said, just told Moses to smite the rock, and the water shall come out of it. And Moses did it in front of the elders. So let's trouble with our people. Whenever something hard, they always looking to down the person that's in charge. He said Moses is in charge, so they're like, hey, why you get us out here and we ain't got nothing to drink? And they had some to drink. Moses did was go to the Most High. And let's think about it. We need to stop complaining every time something get hard and just kind of know the Most High is going to take care of us. Go ahead.
If I could, I just want to say, that crosses over to how we live today. How the Lord saved us out of certain, predicaments, even our old life, snatched us out of that old life. You know what I mean? And it's just helped me to be mindful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be mindful that the Lord gonna take care of us, like Yahweh Shah said. Hey, he feed the birds. Ain't you worth more than the sparrow? Done, sir.
Yeah, the brother's bringing out real heavy. Matter of fact, he take care of the dogs, the strays out there. Let me eat. Don't you think you worth more than a dog? He gonna see you have something to eat. Like I said, the birds don't even have to worry about nothing to eat. They eat. Then they feed their young. Most High gonna take care of his people. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because that they tempted the Lord, saying, is the Lord among us or not?
Oh, no, they did. They really tempted them then. If they finna learn when you tempt the Most High, the Most High ain't gonna let them like this class topic is, the Lord give them their commandment. We're gonna give him his commandments. So he ain't with to punish them yet for not yet. He letting them make it right now. He letting them make it. He just letting them complain, build up. When he get ready to deal with, he gonna deal with them. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and rifted them.
Now we all know who Amalek is. Amalek is those ones that call themselves Israelites today that's living in the land of Israel. That was Amalek. That's Amalek right now. And then if you study their history, they came from out of, Russia, Germany, and they had never, ever, 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 ever lived in Israel. Never, ever. They never lived in Israel until 1946, 48, something like that. When the United Nations, when the United Forces took Israel from the Ishmaelites, from the Arabs, when they went after the war. That's the only time they was ever in there. That's the only time they ever came, lived in the land of Israel. Other than that, the true Israelites were Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It wasn't them. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand.
See, Moses told Joshua, hey, get some men. We finna go to war with these people. Don't worry about nothing. I'm gonna have a staff of God in my hand. The Most High gonna fight for you. Go ahead.
So Joshua did as Moses had said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
The Most High showing, hey, if I'm with you, you're gonna win. If I'm not with you, you're gonna lose. Go ahead.
But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
So Moses showing them, hey, Moses is your leader. So as long as he got his hands up, you gonna win. You drop him, you lose. And that's what was happening right there. So they had to put a rock up under him, and then hold his hands up for him. Because imagine you holding your hands up for a certain, all day. You gonna get your hands gonna get heavy, so they're gonna drop. So you got to get somebody to hold them up for you. So go ahead.
And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out of the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
And you got all these people say Amalek is the chosen people. It's God's chosen people. Tell it that lie. And when you got even other oppressors saying, hey, they need to go back to Poland. What was that woman's name back in the 80s that said the 80s, there was 80s, 90s, but she was working at the White House. And she is a bully to say, they need to go back to Poland. And then she got fired that next day. And she probably worked like 30, 40 years, probably the same by 3 or 4 presidents. But that was one of the first time they ever actually said who they was.
Yeah.
You never could get a person to say they won the children of Israel, But she got up there and said, she done worked 3, 4 decades in the White House and got fired as soon as she said that. So now they don't want people to know that. They don't want people to know who they really is. They want them to they want you to keep thinking they're the children, they're the chosen. When it's not, they know who the chosen people is. As long as they keep that lie going, the longer they can have their control over the earth. But that's why thank the Most High for the ISUPK for putting it out here since 1969. They've been letting us know we are that special people. We're not a bunch of throwbacks. We God's chosen people. We ain't a bunch of niggas and spicks and savages. We're holy people. We God's chosen people. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, Salaki, it's and it's remarkable how nobody ever thinks why they call Caucasians, because they come from the Caucasus Mountains of Europe.
That's right.
Where you were talking about Georgia, Russia, Poland, Czechoslovakia, all them little lands up in there. Concept.
Yeah, and then like I said, they know it. Everybody else know. Everybody else know. Except for us, we didn't know. It's been in the Bible this whole time. Yeah. But like they say, you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in the book. And a lot of us didn't read. Still don't. It's just the lie. Like I said, we done start reading and finding out about ourselves. As we was coming up, we seen the ISUPK, the IUIC. Out there in all their purple glory. With them curtains on, with them, we just rolled on past, Hey, they about to bow down the street, holding their camp, and we up in here having our Sabbath, And it's gonna come a time where they gonna have to come back. They're gonna have to come back to the ISUPK. Just like
we put out all the time, you know, he ordered all camps to come together. They're gonna have to end up coming back, you know, even though they want to be in charge, you know. Commander General is the true leader, you
That's
know.
right.
You know, he's a man given that rank.
That's right.
He didn't take nothing upon himself. You know, he was given that rank, while everybody else wanted to be bishop and general, you know. But yet they know where they got they 12 tribe charts, they breakdowns off of the ISUPK.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nissi. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
So the Lord said he gonna have war with Amalek.
God.
I know they seem like they doing real good. You know, they over the banking, Hollywood, you know, everything.
God.
Diamond District, you know. They over everything. Seem like they all on top. That's what the Most High want them in.
God.
Before he can bring them down.
Right.
You know, that's what he got them right where he want them in, up high, before they can fall real far.
Right.
You know, he gonna bring them down. He's gonna deal with them, like I said, he gonna deal with them from generation to generation. You know,
God.
you know, it's like just like what's the scripture? He said, "You should not whore an Edomite." Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, he don't want us dealing with them. He want to deal with them. It's not for us to go and slap both sides of the face. No, the Most High, he wants to do it. You know, he can do it better than us.
God.
You know, he can do it better than us.
So like
Go
he
ahead.
said in I believe it's Romans 9th chapter, when he said, as he did, and I'm paraphrasing, as he did to Pharaoh, for this cause shall I raise you up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, so he can tear him down.
That's right.
The Lord gonna do it. You know?
Yeah. And our people get so disheartened and say, man, we down on the bottom, they all up. Most High got them up there because he gonna show you to your face that he gonna bring them down. He always say he gonna fight your battles. You know, that's why I said don't touch him. No, don't whore Edomite. You know, don't whore Egyptian because you was a stranger in this land. Because he gonna take care of him. You see what he did to Egypt. There's not a authentic Egyptian living in the land of Egypt right now.
Right.
All of them are in the land of Sudan.
Right.
You know, the Sudanese people are the actual Egyptians. You know, they're not even living in their own land anymore. So that's what the Most High did to Egypt. You know, go ahead.
We finished with 17.
Okay, well, 18.
The book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that the Lord had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt.
Now, see, they don't reach his ears. He live way in Midian. You know, you hear how his son-in-law done went back and freed his people and seen what it did to Egypt. You know, killed their entire army. You know, and Pharaoh too. You know, had them crossing the Red Sea, and they had the sea fall back on them when they tried to cross. You know, Israel went across dry land, but soon as the Egyptians tried to cross, the water fell. Most High caused the water to fall in upon them. You know, and drown them all. He said it was not one left. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her two sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of the Most High. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her two sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and did obeisance,
Go ahead.
obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent.
Okay, let me clear this up. When he kissed him, he did not kiss the man, in the lips like a lot of homosexuals like to say. No, they kissed, that mean they saluted each other. Shalom, they saluted each other. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. When they say kiss, that means salute. Just like when Judas say kiss Christ. No, he saluted him. That's the only reason they know, that was Christ. That's the only way the Sadducees and Pharisees was known that was Christ. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them.
No, he telling them about how the children of Israel, like I said, how he defeated, how the Lord defeated the Egyptians, how they had nothing to eat. The Lord fed them, how they had them to drink. He gave them water, and then especially probably telling them how they complaining and how he had to deal with everybody's problem, all their problems and all that. Go ahead.
And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who had delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for the Most High. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law, before the Most High.
Let me just show you how let me see, like Jethro. Now he was from Midian, Now he's one of Abraham's sons. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't part of the covenant with Isaac. He wasn't part of that with Isaac. He got his blessings, but but even he see what the Most High is doing for them. Even he sees that. So go ahead.
Verse 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening.
He got to take care of their affairs, whatever little problem they have. He got to take care of that one man. That's a whole lot.
That's hard.
That's a task. That's a whole lot. I just imagine, just think, what it says about 600,000 men plus women and children. This thing, you got to hear everybody's problem. They make the gray hairs come up on your head real quick. Go ahead.
Imagine the people that he couldn't get to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the confusion still going on, stuff like that.
That's right.
God. Mm-hmm. Book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 14. And when Moses, his father-in-law, saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? And all the people stand by thee from morning until evening.
Yeah, his father-in-law said, man, you doing this all by yourself. What is this? You sit by yourself, and the people stand by from morning to evening. And you taking care of all their problems. Like I said, they came when they came. first they told Moses when he first went to him, you know, telling them they was gonna be free. They said, hey, let us alone. We rather die in Egypt. You know, they ain't even want to be free. You know, just like Harry Tubman said, I freed a lot of slaves. I could have freed more if I could have convinced them they were slaves.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's it.
People in slavery don't know they're slaves. They feel like this is the way it ought to be. You know, you got anything to say? Go ahead, man.
Verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High.
He said, yeah. He said, the people come to me to see what the Most High want of them. You know, but he's saying, you know, you go all by yourself. You know, this a whole lot to be doing. Go ahead.
Verse 16. When they have a matter, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of the Lord and his laws.
Mm-hmm. So, I give them the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, which you're supposed to be doing anyway. But you know, this is one man doing a job with a whole lot of people. You know, and his father-in-law, noticing that. Make this job is too heavy for one person to do. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
He was a wise man. You know, he's sitting there looking at that, like he doing this all by himself. You know, like he's telling man, you gonna wear out, and the people gonna wear out. You know, because you ain't gonna be able to take care of all that what they want by yourself. You know, go ahead.
Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and the Lord shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to God word, that thou mayest bring the causes unto the Lord. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear the Lord, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens.
He said, get God-fearing men. Men, they ain't covetous, they ain't gonna covet another man's right. So that's where we get the troopers, officers of 50s, officers of 500, officers of 1,000, officers of 5,000, captains of 10,000, captains of 13,000. One shield, 6 shield generals, 12 shield generals, and 13 shield generals. That's where all this comes from out of the Bible, right here. If you ever wonder why we call ourselves that, look in the Bible. We didn't come up with this on our own. This is out the Bible. This out of like Commander General can't handle everything by himself. That's why he had other generals, captains, officers. That's why he had that. They take all the work off him. Everybody, it spreads around. Everybody have a job to do. So he gonna, if he wanted to teach them the laws and ordinance, the Most High stuff, but you can't do it by yourself, Moses.
That's
you
right.
need help.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter that they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee.
Yeah, he said, some big come up, you handle that, but all the smaller man, you got your officers of 10s, 50s, 100s, 1,000s. They can take care of the other matters. If you ain't wearing yourself thin, You ain't wearing yourself thin trying to take care of everybody's problem. You have help.
Right.
Mhm. Go ahead.
Verse 23. If thou shalt do this thing, and the Lord command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all this people shall also go to their place to peace, in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land.
Yeah, and just think, Moses was taking care of everything. Taking care of everything by himself. Even the small matter. Just think how they was coming to him with every little thing. Let's just say somebody committed adultery. That'd be a big thing. Let's just say somebody, some small cap, he got to take care of that too, and that probably was probably something that drug out a long time. Just think he got to do all that. He had to do all that himself. And so and he took his father-in-law advice.
Right.
And said, like I said, I just imagine, like I said, like the head of stores or ISUPK when they had to split, and just think, he had some strong men with him that he had with him when the split happened. When everybody else left and wanted to start their own camps, do what they want to do. He had men right with him, like, General Makiala, General Q, General Kathan, General Shawamar, all them that was with him before everybody else came along. He had strong men with him. That's and that's what I aspire to be, a strong just like them. Not to wear myself thin. Ask for help when I need help.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were going forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto the Lord, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself.
Yeah, you tell them, hey, you seen what I did? You see how I came into Egypt? Wait a minute. First, I did the plagues. You see how I turned the water into blood? Then I turned then I had frogs come, lice, boils,
Black thickness,
darkness, hail, hail and fire, and then made the animals die. Then the firstborn of every man and beast died of the Egyptians. But I saved you.
It's like Officer Nakawanda said.
Mm-hmm.
Every firstborn roach.
Every firstborn roach died. Everything else for the Egyptians died. Even the rats. They died. Firstborn of everything. This was the Most High to let them know, hey, I took care of you. Go ahead.
Now, therefore, ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant. Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Yeah, well, now the Most High putting his tip down on. Let them know, hey, I looked out for you. I I took care. You're gonna be a peculiar people. You're gonna follow my laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're gonna be that peculiar people unto me. You're gonna be that people that everybody know that you are my people. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
But they just entered into a blood in, blood out covenant. You know, ain't no way of getting away from it. You know, what you said, hey, all the things you said we'll do, that was it. You know, can't go back on that. You know, Lord said, hey, these are my law, statutes, commandments. You said you're gonna follow them, you're gonna follow them. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear what I speak with them, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the word of the people unto the Lord. Salaki, so that was kind of heavy right there. Just had to
Go ahead.
He said, and that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And let you know that this was meant to be always, for all time.
All time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, like I said, they entered into a blood in, blood out. You know, you're never free from that. All your generations is not free. They got to do the same thing you did. You know, it passes on from father to son. You know, father to son, father to son. Just like we teach our children. You know, whether they want to listen or not. You know, it's all up to them. They have to be just like us. You know, we hear the words of the Most High. We have to accept it.
Right.
You know, we have to accept it and know. A lot of people. They're like, are so Christianized. Like I said, Christianity is a hell of a drug. They once the Christianity get a hold to you, it's hard to shake that off of some people. It's hard. It's real hard. They just have to have a real moment to see that what they doing, they following, and what the Most High had for them. Mm-hmm.
The Lord really got to wake them up.
Yeah,
that's a miracle. Like it is. It's worse than crack.
Worse.
He's a crackhead. No, he wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell the Christian he wrong for nothing, man.
Yeah. No, you can't. They always say, don't judge me. Like, I can judge. Right. You ain't doing right. But he know my heart. Did he say in Jeremiah 17:9, who can know the heart is wicked above and deceitful above all things? Yeah. He said, yeah, I know your heart. I know it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes and be ready against the third day. For the third day, the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
So get ready, get clean, sanctify themselves and get ready. I'm going to lay it all down for you. I'm going to talk to you face to face. Go ahead.
And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death.
Ooh. No way. That's holy. Touch anything, you're going to be put to death. Either the priest going to stone you, or he just might put you to death. Go ahead.
There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be beast or man. It shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount.
Yeah, that's we just celebrated a more blowing of the trumpets. So when the trumpet sounds long, it's time. Go ahead.
And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives.
Yeah, he told them, hey, don't even have sex with your wives. Be clean. And they won't up. You don't want to be unclean going to the Most High. They can be deaf right there.
Verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
Oh, they're scared now. They were one talk to the Most High so bad, like, Moses, who is you? You're God. You're God to us. Now that the Most High speaking to her, they scared now. You getting ready to talk to her, they hear all that thundering, the trumpet sounding long, and Most High about to deliver his judgment. Now they scared. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with the Lord. And they stood at the nether part of the mount. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly.
Yeah, you sound like volcanoes getting ready to erupt. They scared. Like, oh, what we done asked for. We wanted to speak to the Most High. We wanted to speak to us, not to Moses. And I ain't scared. They trembling.
And though it don't compare, man, I know it don't compare. But when you look at what's that, Independence Day, that huge ship with all that fire and smoke coming off from under it, man, that's a sight to see.
Yeah.
And that's just man's imagination. Imagine how the Lord really had it.
Yeah. It probably had you want to crawl up on the rock. You see the Most High, like I said, when we see on TV, they like I said, this is just man's imagination. Just imagine the Most High really want to show you.
Yeah.
Like want to have a mountain on fire, it's burning. Man. It'd be worse than any volcanic eruption you could even imagine.
Oh yeah. God. Verse 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake. And the Lord answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount. And Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish.
Yeah, it's like the Most High told, like Moses tried to look at the Most High when he first met the Most High. He had told him that, you can't see me. You'll surely die. And the Most High trying to keep them from dying. Because they're gonna want to look, gaze, and before he can give them his decree. Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's our people anyway. You know how they say everybody else run away from pistol fire, but we trying to see what's going on.
Yeah.
We want to gaze and see what's going on. Occasionally we're duck, but for the most part, we trying to see what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put it on live. What they call that?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live or the other one. I forget what they call it.
Instagram.
What they call that? This the kids know it. No, the star something. You know what I'm talking about? No, that's okay. Never mind. I can't think of it right. World Star.
World Star.
Yeah. God. Oh. Verse 22. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them.
See, the priests had to be right. You know, they had to be clean. They had, they had to be right. You know, because this is Most High's coming down to give His commandments. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the Lord, the people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, set bounds upon the mount and sanctify. So, does that mean they did put some boundaries around it? Is that what he's saying?
No, like he said, like some, said some part of the mountains they couldn't touch, either man or beast. That was holy.
Verse 24, and the Lord said unto him, away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee, but let not the priest and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them.
Yeah, that's Moses, he just wanted Aaron, Moses and Aaron coming. He didn't want the rest of the priests. Because that's them his main priests he finna talk to and give the law to. We go with our last chapter, verse 20.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And the Lord spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
There we go, right there. You can't worship them God that you worship in Egypt. I'm the only God you're gonna serve. I'm the one that saved you from Egypt. I'm the one that destroyed Pharaoh. So you can't have no other God but me.
Right.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So that means you can't make no gold, no kind of image, whether it be land, air, sea, anything. You can't make no kind of image, saying this is your God. I am your God.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
So I let you know, hey, I'm jealous. You serve another God, I'm jealous of that. I hate that. I'm gonna visit you. All the way to the third generation. Go ahead.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
And that's what we're doing today. Remember the Sabbath day. I'm keeping it holy. Go ahead. 6
days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
That's the thing about it, and that's one that's hard for us to keep right there, because we're not in our land. We're in the oppressor's land. He may like it probably was some brothers that wanted to come to the Sabbath, but they had to work. We still we're still in bondage. We're still in bondage over here in Egypt. This is modern day Egypt. Go ahead.
I heard you saying that last night, man, and it kind of relieved me a little bit because me getting off there late, I really wanted to be here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what you say, this is not our rest.
It's not our rest.
The Lord said it's not our rest. So even though it was a day of rest for us, the oppressor didn't allow us to observe.
Yeah, he does that purposely. He see you walking big priest. He see you. Look at him. I'm gonna make him work. I'm gonna make him work. No, he ain't going nowhere today. So go ahead.
Verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
No, this is a problem where a lot of people have. They don't honor their father and mother. This is the best thing you can do for to honor your father and mother. Come into this truth. You know, it's the best thing you can do is by honoring them. Come into this truth. You know, start following these laws, statutes, commandments. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Now you see, you know, those few little commandments that you just read out. You know, those Christians can't even follow those. They can't even follow. Just imagine the other 600 something. The 600 they won't follow. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Don't be hating on what your neighbor has. You know, he has it. Most I done blessed him with that. Wait on your blessing. Don't covet what he has. Don't want his finances, his woman, you know, his cars, any assets they have. Don't want it. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not the Lord speak with us, lest we die.
Oh, they scared now. You know, they did all that complaining, whining, and moaning. We ain't got nothing to eat. We ain't got nothing to drink. And the Most High talking to them directly. They don't want to. Oh, no. You talk to us. We don't want him to talk to us. They hearing all the thunderings and the mountain shaking. And they hear the trumpet blasting, you know, so they give it a fake. The trumpet blasting long. They said, we don't want you to talk. We don't want to hear from you. We'll hear from you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you. And that is his fear, Salaki. And that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not.
Yeah, he's like, hey, he come to see if you can follow his law, statutes, and commandments. If you ain't, you know, you said, don't fear, don't get scared now. You know, you been complaining all this time. You know, the Lord only speaks to me. Now he's speaking to you. You know, go ahead.
And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall you make unto you gods of gold.
Mm-hmm.
An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and the peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou shalt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it on hewn stone. For if thou shalt lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon.
Let them know. You know, he give them this law, statutes, commandments, you know. And we said, you should be going to still some unto mine altar, that thy nakedness should be not discovered thereon. You know, you know that your sin, you know, you think you hide your sin, you're not. Most High, he sees. You know, you can hide anything you want from man, but you can't hide anything from the Most High. You know, I think we're gonna stop it right there. You know, when in the Sabbath class, my teacher's up here. Sharala, Minister Israel. So I turn and face these prayers. Lord's Prayer. In Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Lakbaka, Taba'ah, Zaka, Ayah, Isha, Barakaza, Kawa, Ayah, Shemayim, Lanlanap, Nakam, Kal, Yawan, Wasalat Lanap, Kawawah, Lanap, Kasalat Lanap, Kawawah Yanap, Wala'ah, Kapayanawa, Manasayawan, Ban, Awashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Naka, Amalatwa, Wahala, Wahapapara, La'awalanya, Aman. And the English read, Our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh thy kingdom come,
Yahweh thy kingdom come,
that will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debt,
And forgive us our
and forgive
debts
our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not
And lead us
into
not
temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever so be.
forever so be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua,
Barak Lanaba.
Rakna,
Wagah Sharala.
Wahashara,
Wahabayatha.
Wahawahayataka,
Sapari.
Sapari,
Barak.
Barak,
Rapah.
Rapah,
Magan.
Magan,
Magan.
Magan,
Wahashem.
Bashem,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Barana.
the one of Aman.
In English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
bless us in Israel
bless us in Israel
and the school.
and the school.
Bless, heal, shield, protect.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you so be.
thank you, so be it.
Gosh, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua,
Papa Kusha.
Babakasha,
Thanlanau.
Yatanana,
Akash.
Yakat,
Akash.
Yakat,
Larapah.
Lapah,
Kamakala.
Kamakala,
Wakamadawa.
Makawa,
Akash.
Yakat,
Ataha.
Yakat,
Atazario.
Tazari,
Akash.
Yakat,
Lapario.
Pari,
Haramathio.
Yakat,
Akash.
Yakat,
Erakpa.
Yakat,
Atamala.
Mali,
Lagarsha.
Lagarish,
Bashim.
Bashem,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Wadama.
the one of
In English. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
please give us the power,
Power to heal all manners of
the
sickness
power to heal all manners of sickness
and all manner of disease.
and all manners of diseases,
Power to cleanse the lepers.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the dead,
Power against unclean spirits.
power against unclean spirits,
Cast them out.
to cast them
In
out
the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahushua?
Why
Why
Yahushua?
Ma'ikala?
Why
Why
Ma'ala?
Halahayo?
Why Ha'ayala?
Tizabat Yabya.
Tazazakaya.
Alawap Yahana. Alawap Yah.
Allah
Asarion.
Asariya.
Or Tazayayan.
Ayatazari.
Akiyayan.
Akiyayo.
Awapyan. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
the Wad Aman.
Wadaman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahushua.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
Commander General Yahweh,
Commanding General Yahweh.
the generals,
The
the
generals.
captains,
The captains.
the officers,
The
the
officers.
troopers,
The troopers.
and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
thank you so be it.
Thank you so be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha,
Asha.
Yanya,
Yanya.
El Harayan,
Yahweh.
Mahayan,
Mahayam.
Yaba'ah,
Yahweh.
Azariah,
Azariah.
Azariah,
Azariah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Asha,
Yahweh.
Shamayan,
Shabbat.
Maharatazah,
Yahweh.
Ayathan,
Ayathan.
Labawat,
Labawat.
Ragalka, Ayanawan,
Ayanawan.
Shamarka,
Shamar.
Hana,
Anah.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yanawan,
Nuah.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Yashan,
Yasham.
Shawamar,
Shamar.
Yasharala,
Yashar.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamar.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazaka,
Tazar.
Yah,
Yah.
Yayanka,
Yom.
Yawaman,
Laman.
Hashamash,
Hashabah.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yakaka,
Yakar.
Wayarak,
Wayarak.
Yala,
Wayabah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamarka,
Yashamar.
Makarai,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Atah,
Natah.
Yapashka,
Haskell.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Tazaafka,
Tazar.
Wabawaka,
Wabawah.
Matah,
Natah.
Abalam.
Ayalam.
In English, read, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills,
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From which cometh my help?
My help coming from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He will keep thee that will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
he that keepeth Israel shall not slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth,
From this time forward
even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew reads, Alahayam,
Adonai.
Adamayilaka,
I am thy God.
Altashakrash,
Adasharash.
Wahaltashakwat,
Adashquat.
Kayahana,
Adonai.
Awayayaka,
Adonai.
Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, El Amaka, Ya'ara Yamar, Sabada, Wayata, Yatazawa, El Tazapawa, Yaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakayada, Magaya, Wala'a, Yasaka, Sham Yasharala, Awada, Kaya, Nabatazaba, Laba, Yakawa, Yaka, Maya, Yakatwa, Ahalaya, Adawan, Wa Yashamai, Alayan, Mawaba, Agario, Abal, Wa Amawan, Wa Amala, Alasha, Yashayabya, Tazamor, Gamashawa, Alawa, Aman, Hayawa, Zerawai, Labanya, Lawat, Salah, Ashalahan, Kamaya, Kasaya, Sarah, Kamyabyan, Banakal, Kwawashwan, Nashamabwa, Bayandawa, Ayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Yara, Wakazaba, Wazakaba,
Asha,
Asha,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Nayasha,
Nayasha,
Lanawa,
Nanawa,
Ata,
Ata,
Naawa,
Wa,
Alahayam,
Alaya,
Alahaya,
Alaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shalala,
Kagagala,
Gal,
Kakwash,
Wash,
Lapanya Raka,
Makaya,
Kaash,
Ash,
Baari Yaawa,
Alaya,
Wakalaba,
Wakalaba,
Talahat,
Alaya,
Hawayam,
Young,
Khan,
Kan,
Daradama,
Wabasa,
Basaraka,
Sawa,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Paka,
Pau,
Tahabalayam,
Kalabayan,
Mala'a,
Mala,
Payaham,
Mayhan,
Palawan,
Malaman,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwaswa,
Wash,
Shaka,
Shika,
Yahal,
Yahal,
Babashwa,
Wabaswa,
Waya Bahalwa,
Wabahaba,
Ayai,
Ayah,
Waya Kapawa,
Wabakapa,
Waya Abawa,
Wabakapa,
Waya Dawa,
Waya, Wa,
Kayahata,
Kaya,
Shaka,
Shaka,
Yahweh,
Yahal,
Baka,
Ba,
Ayawan,
Aywan,
Kahawa Arataza.
Kawa,
In the English, it reads, keep not thy silence, O God.
keep
Keep
not
thy
thy
silence,
silence,
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumble.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They
come,
have said, come,
and let them cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
The name of Israel should be no more in remembrance.
For they are consulted together with one consent.
They are consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes
of Baal and Ammon,
of Baal and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assure also is joined with them.
And sure also is joined with them.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
They have hoped the children of Lot.
Selah,
Salah,
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
do unto them as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
and unto Sisera,
as to Juban,
as unto
at
Jaban,
the brook of Kisan,
and the book of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished in
It
Endor,
became as dung for the earth.
and became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a rib,
Make the nobles like a rib,
and like Zeed.
and like Zeid,
Yea,
yea,
all the princes of Zabah,
all the princes of Zabah
and as Zamuna,
and Zabun,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
house of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burning the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flames of the mountains are fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy
Fill
storm.
their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded in trouble.
let them be confounded and troubled
Forever, yea,
forever, yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
It's curses. Blessed you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death
Send evils and curses and punishments and death
to the heathen that speak against us,
to the heathen that speak against us,
thy prophets,
and their
their
prophets,
teachers,
their
the
teachers,
princes,
their princes,
priests,
their priests,
Israelite brothers,
the Israelites,
and the school.
And school.
Send evils and curses,
send evils and
and
curses,
punishment and destruction,
and punishments and destruction,
and death to the heathen,
and death to the heathen,
and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel.
and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel
They refuse to get to the school.
that refuse to get to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishments and destruction,
and death to the Edomites,
and death to the Edomites,
and the nations and their drug dealers,
and to the nation and their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court system,
prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Roman Catholic Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia, Ku Klux Klan,
the Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
the Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
Posicosm,
the gay movement,
the gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
the spies,
workers of
the
witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
the cable access channels,
the cable access channels,
and the radio channels.
and the radio channels,
Convict the spirit
convict the
of
spirit
any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seem to stop us
and bring swift death
and bring swift death
to all the heathen that stand in the way
to all the heathen that stand in the way
or try to stop us
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your word
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Let loose all the terrorists,
Cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and destroy it.
through the earth and destroy.
Cause the terrorists to come against America
Cause the terrorists to come against America
and destroy them in their stronghold.
and destroy them in their stronghold.
Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists.
Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahushua,
Michael, and Gabriel
Michael, and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and kill all the heathens that come up against us
and kill all the heathen that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake at thy country.
Cause it to shake at thy country.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you always so big.
thank you always so be.
Sorry. One courtesy salute. I'm in Israel. Mike Sabbath. Mike. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathon. Sorry, turn to face us. We get one courtesy salute. I'm in Israel. Mike Sabbath. Mike. Barak. Yahweh Shem Barakathon by Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shemon Adam, Hashem Yahweh.
I'll start class dismissed.